and welcome to another episode of Wheelsabroad. We're in Torino, Italy this time. It's the fourth largest city of Italy. It's not that much smaller actually than the third city. Naples, Rome and Milano are the biggest ones. Right behind me you see the central train station. I just arrived. I'll give you a 360. It's a beautiful day, by the way. Beautiful day. I'm next to the entrance to the only subway line of Torino. As some of you know, I'm also a big lover of public transportation all over the globe. I go to as many subway systems as I can, and this one is very easy. It's only one line, so I'll do that later today. But first we have to make our way, of course, to Torino. So over there at the back is Milano Central Station. I'm gonna make my way over there. I got my trusted bag with me. First introduced in the Mexico Tijuana video. Check it out. I use it to carry my inline skates. What you see behind me right now is the Central Station of Milano. It's a pretty nice building. And wait until you see the inside. I mean, check it out. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah, or how about this part? Pretty nice. There we go. There's the train. Nice. Snow-capped mountains. I guess those are mountains from the southern edge of the Alps. It's always nice to see these because we got exactly 0 of those back home in the Netherlands. 0. So here's the northern part of Italy. You can see Milano right there. That's where I started my train journey. Torino is over there. You can see how close the trajectory is actually to the southern part of the Alps. And as I moved along to Torino, the Alps got closer. So beautiful mountains. And check out how close Torino really is to the mountains. Really close. So you'll see the mountains pop up several times in today's video. I would be, inline skating in some kind of random neighborhood, and all of a sudden I would see the mountains again. It was awesome. So stay tuned for that. Hope you like that little recap over there. I'm all ready to rock and roll. Italian city means cobblestones and tiles in the city center area, and not unexpectedly that is also the case in Torino. Luckily the gaps between the tiles are, let's say, diagonal. This is the last chance to get stuck between them, but still I gotta pay attention. So take it easy. I should tell you that I lived in Italy for 5 months in the beautiful city of Bologna. A little bit more south. All right. Just to give you a recap, right over there is the central station again. And I'm gonna make my way north to the city center. In fact, I'm already in the city center. This is apparently the Via Roma, a known shopping street, an upscale one, so I read at least. But I'm not very interested in that, obviously. I have to say, Italian cities, without exception, are beautiful. Italy is a very popular tourist destination for people from all over Europe, including from my home country, the Netherlands. So it's such a beautiful country. The people are really nice, friendly, a little bit of Mediterranean temperament, which I like very much. I've gotten used to it when I lived here myself in Bologna. Yeah, so these shops do look expensive to me, for sure. All right. I see a pedestrian area coming up. Whenever you see a pedestrian area coming up, I feel like I qualify as a pedestrian. When I see a bike lane coming up, I feel like I qualify as a cyclist, kind of. All right. Well, look at this. Give me 360 here. Central station in the back. Oh, new types of cobblestones. Uh-oh, let's see. Oh, not too shabby. If I'm not mistaken, if I did my homework well, what we got coming up is the Piazza Carlo. I hope I'm right. I think it is. I recognize the monument over there. Welcome to, I can show you actually the proof right there. Piazza San Carlo, Charles Square, I guess in English. Isn't it beautiful? Let me give you a 360. Church, cafes. You imagine this place to be very alive at night. So the square is also known as Piazza Reale, Piazza di Armi, or Place Napoleon. It's one of the main city squares in Turin, really. I think it's from the 16th or 17th century, or maybe I should say 16th and 17th century. That equestrian monument that you see there is from Emmanuel Philibert. He's a military leader from the 16th century. If you think, how does he know all those facts? I got a piece of paper with me with some facts, you know. I think it's nice to give you some background information, but it's impossible for me to, you know, remember it all. So I did a little bit of homework and wrote it down on a piece of paper. Just for you. And we're on to the next square, which I think is the main square of Torino. You see in the back already a big Italian flag. I imagine Torino is touristy as well. Maybe not as touristy as Milano, I reckon. Right here. Right here. Over there you see the mole already. I'll go there later on. Let's check it out a little bit. The square. Typical, talking about tourism, hop on, hop off bus. We just came from there. The central station is still visible in the back. And now I'm going to make my way across the tram rails here. Yeah, for those of you who are regulars to my channel, you will know that I always like to explore the tram rails in cities. This will be my first tram rail crossing here in Torino. That wasn't too bad. In fact, that was quite alright. Alright, so Piazza Castello is the name. And let's go. There we go. Oh, these are sweet big tiles. Nice. Let me give you a rolling 360. There you go. Piazza Castello. Cute bell tower. Right over there. And another one right there in the back. There. So this square is actually 240 meters above sea level. And right here you see the Palazzo Madama. You can see the name over there. And it's actually a palace, and it was the seat of the first Senate of the Kingdom of Italy. And right over there is the Royal Palace. It's actually a UNESCO site, together with 12 other sites in Torino, spread over Torino. And it's from the House of Savoy, a royal Italian family that ruled from the 11th to the 20th century. Not sure, well it looks actually, I was gonna say I'm not sure if I'm allowed to get in here by inline skates, but I see cyclists. Yeah, so why not, I guess. We can take a nice look at the palace. Well, maybe not inside the palace, it's a museum now, as you can see, Musei Reali. But at least, yeah, I doubt I can get in there. At least you get a close-up of the former palace. Yeah, let's stop the video for a moment, because I realized during editing I did not do my homework fully. You see a top of a tower over there. Let me zoom in for you. That's actually the top of the Chapel of the Holy Shroud, Cappella della Sacra Sindone. It houses the Turin Shroud. I definitely had heard of this before, and I even watched documentaries about it. It's a piece of linen clothing that has a really faint image of a man, and it's very fascinating. Catholics believe that this may be the burial shroud that Jesus wore after his crucifixion. On the left here you see the shroud itself, and on the right you see a processed image. You can see how people may interpret this as a picture of Jesus. And a, different look at the square. Nice. So that high-rise building you see in the back right there is called the Torre Littoria. It was built in 1933 and 1934. Initially, the goal was to host there the national headquarters of the National Fascist Party. Get that. But apparently, that headquarters never actually moved into the building. Another statue right here. And I'm leaving the square right now. I'm gonna make my way. Ooh. These are uncool cobblestones. This is better. Right there you see the top of a tower. I think that's the Mole. Not always trivial to cross a street here, given the pavement. Whew. But I'll manage. Okay, that was not too easy, as you can see. Take the sidewalks for a change. Sidewalks, okay. One has to be vigilant here. But that's a real cool challenge. I like it. It's time for one of my favorite hobbies. Doing the tram rails in a city abroad. I can now add to my collection the Torino tram rails. Been there, done that. Alright. I saw another nice square here. Let's see if I can. Carlo Emanuele Due. That's what this is. I would not consider that the easiest roundabout in my career, with all these cobblestones and tram rails. But I managed. It wasn't too busy with cars. That helped a lot. Alright, so here's a map of downtown Torino. I started at the Stazione di Porta Nuova, made my way to the Piazza San Carlo, the Piazza Reale, started at the Via Po, made my way to the Piazza Carlo Emanuele Due. I'll visit the mall right now, and after that I'm gonna leave the city center and make my way to the authentic Torino. I heard thunder. It was supposed to be dry. Some of these, some of these intersections are really not that easy at all. We're approaching the mall. As I understood it, over time this has become the landmark building of Torino. So for sure, worth a visit. Going downhill here. That's cute. Have to brake. It's always noisy, but I don't care. There you go, the mall. Completed in 1889. Initially conceived of as a synagogue, but I read that it now houses the National Museum of Cinema. It's actually believed to be the tallest museum in the world, and not only that, but also the tallest unreinforced brick building in the world. So basically built without a skeleton. So that's quite something, right? The icon of Torino. Look at those clouds, man. If I wouldn't know better, I would think it's gonna thunderstorm very soon. I guess you heard that thunder as well. I'm leaving the city center right now, and the pavement gets better right away, as expected. Inline skating in the downtown Torino area is tiring, but it was a cool experience. A technical challenge, so to say. So part one of this series, me exploring the city center, the old city center of Torino, ends right here. If you're interested in the real parts of Torino, the authentic parts, far away from the city center, like here, then check out part 2 of this series.